The underground depository was a frightening place, and I had no idea where or what to search. But I refused to think that all my efforts would come to nothing.
What is going on, guys? KillerMcKillCam here, and this is another episode of Metro Redux 2033, and this is Chapter 5, Part 2, and this is all there's going to be for Chapter 5. Coming up next is going to be Chapter 6, and then Chapter 6, Part 2, and then Chapter 7, and I will be done with Metro 2033 Redux. And, you know, I got 85% of the trophies, and the only two that I don't have are the Enlightened Trophy, which is Find the Truth, and survival mode, but I do have all the rest of them. And I need to tell you guys about this alternate ending. You know, when you get the enchanted, or no, not the enchanted, the enlightened trophy, there's a way that you have to get it. You can't just go through and play the whole entire game and then at the end go back to your last checkpoint and then do it differently and get the Enlightened Trophy. No, you guys have to get moral points, because if you don't accumulate enough moral points throughout the course of the game, then it won't even give you an option to do the Enlightened Trophy. And I found that out the hard way because I went through this whole entire game and I got the fucking Spartan trophy for beating this game on Spartan mode. And then I went back to the last chapter and then did it over, and I was going to try for the Enlightened Trophy, and it just wouldn't let me do it. And I started getting frustrated, so I looked online, and all the YouTube videos, the playthroughs, the so-called playthroughs, and I'm doing the little hand quotation marks here, are bullshit. There's one English guy, I think he's from England, he's got an English accent, says there's something to do with the sparks that are coming out of his gun, or the flashes that come out of his gun when he's shooting the dark one at the very end of the game, which is untrue. There's one guy showing you how he did it, or not how he did it, but he's showing you the ending in his video, but what he's telling you what you have to do is a bunch of fucking bullshit. I think he just made it up off the fucking top of his head, and he probably went through the game doing all these moral points, not even knowing that it contributed to the Enlightened Trophy. But guys, if you want the fucking Enlightened Trophy, or if you want the fucking platinum for this game, you have to get the Enlightened Trophy, and if you want the Enlightened Trophy, you have to do these fucking moral points. So let me just explain them to you real quick. Moral points is a hidden system in Metro game series that allows Artnum's progress and affects the ending. It affects the ending. The system is never explained to the player, and its mechanics can only be speculated about. As Metro is about Artnum's journey of understanding the world around him, the game rewards the player by guiding Artnum through experience that help him better understand the Metro. And it's commonly understood that every time Artnum gets a moral point, the screen flashes a light blue and whispers, or the sound of water dripping can be heard. When Artnum loses a moral point, the screen darkens and the ominous sound can be heard. There are more opportunities to gain moral points than there are to lose them, and moral points that are gained and lost are speculated to vary in severity. So after finding this out, because I just started the Metro Last Light playthrough, I've been recording all the fucking gameplay, and I've been doing all the moral points for Metro, and I'm going to start explaining those in each and every single video, starting with Metro Last Light, and along with all the trophies that I'm going to get, because I'm going to get a platinum for both games. I didn't get the platinum for Metro 2033 yet. After I do the series for Metro Last Light, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the survival trophy and the Enlightened Trophy. While I'm playing the game through survival mode, then I'll do all the moral points. Every chapter has different moral points, way you can gain moral points, and then ways that you can lose moral points. And I'll explain each of those in every single one of my videos. So what I'm going to do for Metro 2033 is in Chapter 7 in the description, I'm going to put in the description how you can get all the moral points. And and then I'll also put in there how you can lose them, because you can lose moral points, you know. And then ever since I started Metro Last Light, and I read this shit, and I've read how you can get the moral points and how you can lose the moral points, because I did lose some. I've noticed what they're talking about. You know, you fucking, it lights up, it gets brighter, there's fucking music playing, there's fucking water running, and then when you lose a point, for an example, I threw a grenade and killed a civilian running a crane or some shit in the, I don't know what the fuck level it was, but I fucking killed a civilian and the screen went real dark. So basically what it sounds like to me is that you know, as long as you get enough moral points, then you'll be able to do the alternate ending. But if you don't get enough, then you'll have to do the playthrough all over again. So, you know, Metro 2003, Artem has not left the expedition station since his childhood and does not know anything about the world outside VDNKH. If the player pokes around corners, eavesdrops dialogues, and explores the level, Artem learns how his new world works and manages to make a decision based on knowledge. In other words, he achieves a different enlightened ending as opposed to the ranger one in which he blindly follows orders. So that just basically what they're saying is if you just go from point A to point B and just play the game just to get over with, then all you're going to get is the ranger trophy and you won't be able to get the enlightened trophy. So it's just like, don't blindly just go through the game taking orders, you know. And then in Metro Last Light, the moral points have not changed from Metro 2033. They are earned the same way: listening to certain dialogue, performing kind acts or merciful acts, finding certain hidden areas, etc. Sufficient moral points will unlock the redemption ending as opposed to the standard ending. So they're just saying that you know, a sufficient amount. They're not going to tell you how many of these you actually have to do. They just want you to do a bunch, and you'll be able to gain more than you lose. And I don't know how the fuck I didn't um, get enough moral points. The only thing that I can think of is when the little boy was trying to show me where that dude was at, and I had already gave him the bullets once and found him, and then when I recorded the game and didn't need him to show me what to do, because that is one of the moral points in that chapter, I didn't fucking give him any bullets, and I didn't give any of the bums bullets when I read to that chapter either. So that could have been how I lost some moral points and didn't get a chance to do the Enlightened Trophy. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to have to redo it. I'm not going to upload it because I've already spent all of my time that I'm going to spend uploading videos for Metro 2033, and I'm currently working on Metro Last Light. But starting with Metro Last Light, again, guys, I'm going to show you, along with all the trophies that I'm getting them, as I'm getting them, I will show you guys and tell you guys in the description uh, what the fucking moral points are for that chapter. And for, again, just so that I'm clear and you guys understand, for Metro 2033, if you guys want to know what all the fucking points are, all the moral points are for Metro 2033, I will put them in the description of chapter 7's video. And then I will also leave you a link to where I got them at, dude. And then if you guys just want to go to their website and read them, or if you guys just want to read them in the description of the video. And as I'm doing chapter 7, I'll just read off a bunch of them and tell you guys what a bunch of them are, just so that you know what I'm talking about. And like, you know, for an example, in the very first chapter on Metro 2033 Hunter, after coming up the stairs, talk to the guard that tells you another patrol was attacked. After he sits down, he will say Minnie wants to leave the station. And then as you continue on and you go to the hospital,
I had found the D6. I had found the D6 documents, but Miller had not yet returned. Without his help, I wasn't certain I could get out of the library alive. But everything depended on it.
Alright, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. There's a little split in the clip and another little transition and cutscene where he's reading his journal. But again, you know, And so you know what I'm talking about. You guys are in the hunter and you're about to go meet the hunter when you hit to kill those fucking creatures that come through the vent at the end. Well, here it is, dude. In that first one, you know, after coming out up the stairs, talk to the guard that tells you another patrol was attacked. And after he sits down, he'll say, "Many want to leave the station." So all you have to do to get a moral point is just stand there and listen to him say this. Now again, this is in the very first chapter. And then talk to the people in line for the hospital. And one of the guys will say, "The doctor hasn't said anything." And then you go through the door, and there's going to be a guard holding open the door. And then after you go through the door, he will sit down and he'll tell you people want to see the relatives. You'll get a moral point for that. And then you walk under the light on the right side of the first room, the hospital. And then what happens is the doctor will come up and say some shit to you, and then you get a moral point for that. And then take the postcard from Hunter at the very end, or not the very end, but at the end room where you had to shoot all the creatures coming through the vent with your revolver. He's going to hand you a postcard with the Statue of Liberty on it, and you have to take it out of his hands. If he sets it off to the side, I don't think that you get the moral point. And you know, just like it says, you know, the moral point is a hidden system in the Metro game series and follows Artnum's progress and affects the ending. Okay, they don't let you know how many moral points you have, and they don't tell you how many that you need so that you can do the alternate ending. You just need to do them is what they want you to do. So then in Expedition, this is how. So in Hunter, you can't lose them. You can't. There's nothing that you can do to lose them. In Expedition, this is how you can gain them. Pay, play the guitar in Artnum's room. So this is like you wake up and you got that fucking dude singing that silly little song in Russian. Um, then you get up and you collect your little journal and your compass and your lighter. Well, just turn around and you play the guitar. And then I noticed when I was doing this, when you play the guitar, you'll see a little disc spinning in the bottom left-hand corner. And I think what that's doing is saving your moral point. So just look for that, you know, and then look for lights to get brighter, and then look for, you know, music and raindrops or water. Talk to the people. Oh, sorry about that. Play the triangle guitar near the father and the child. So when you go down the hallway in Expedition, you'll see a child drawing on the floor, and then there'll be a father in the room talking to him. And there'll be a little triangle-shaped guitar. If you strum the strings on that, you get a fucking point. Approach the man and woman sitting in the general market area. And you know, you may know about this because this also contributes towards a generous trophy. Um, Approach the man and woman sitting in the general market area with a teddy bear between them. As soon as the woman stops talking, you'll be able to talk to the man. He'll tell you about his sick child and ask you for a few bullets. And then you give him bullets. And then so that gives you a moral point, and that also counts towards your generous trophy. And I showed you guys in the video how to get that trophy. So if you guys want to go back and watch those videos, feel free to do it. But that's what I'm talking about there. And then when you open the door to Alex's room, prompting his dialogue, Alex, I think, is the old ass man who is your stepdad in the game, and he's gonna be the one that um, took you down to Hunter, to the room where you and Hunter fought all those fucking creatures. Um, Exhaust all of Alex's dialogue's options. All right, now here's how you can lose them in Expedition. If you take the MR MGR, the military grade rounds, which are the bullets that you find through the metro. If you take them from the hat next to the man playing a guitar, you'll lose them. And then there are two men sitting at a table just to the right of the table with a drunk man who is being scolded by his wife. If you talk to them, they'll start talking about some business. If you talk to them again, it will count as interrupting their business and you will lose a moral point. Because you can't actively engage in conversation in Metro 2033, it is best to avoid that area or you might lose a point accidentally. There's nothing interesting there anyways. So that's how you can lose points in Expedition. In Riga, this is how you can gain points in Riga. Give a bullet to one of the beggars located all over the place. It is only effective once. So in Riga, if you give a bullet to one of the beggars, you will get a moral point. All right, now give a bullet to the kid to guide you to bourbon. No, and this is where I lost it because I did this once, and then when I went back, I already knew where bourbon was, so I didn't give the fucking bullet to the kid. I didn't give a bullet to the beggars, and I think it overwrit the fucking save data, and it took fucking moral points from me, and then I
Hello
also
there,
didn't get
Artyom.
the moral points that I
I told you we'd
otherwise
meet again.
would have.
It's a
So
nice base the
give a
Rangers
bullet to
got
the bourbon.
themselves.
Give a
I
bullet to the
heard you
kid that guides
received
you to
no
bourbon.
help from
Even if you
Polish.
have no
What's your next
MGR
move?
left, but still
Keeping
enter the
silent?
command to give
You're
him
turning
bullets,
into a
you will
ranger.
receive a moral point, and the
Take a
child will
close look at the
reluctantly
road you
guide you to
follow, Artyom.
bourbon. So
And be
if you don't
aware
have any
of how it
bullets,
might end.
if you just get into the
You
motion
reap
of
what
giving
you
him
sow,
one,
Artyom.
he'll still guide you and you'll
Force
still get the
answers
moral point.
force.
And then
War
find
breeds
bourbon.
war, and
Oh,
death
hold
only
on.
brings death. To break
So
this
this is
vicious
how you
cycle, one
lose.
must do
If
more
you
than
find
just
bourbon
act
without
without
the
any
kid,
thought out.
this only triggers once you find him if
Well,
you initially
Artyom,
refuse the kid.
I've been chatting you
So
for far too long.
there you go. That's how I lost a
It's
point.
time to
So,
go.
and then in the Lost Tunnel, this is gain. When Berman talks about strange sounds and pipes, crouch next to the pipe on the right side of the tunnel and you will hear laughter. After listening to the pipes, go left to the room
There's not much
where the
useful
dead
in
body
here.
with the
Just hints at
Tahara
most.
lies.
Although it
Go
does show
back
the
and
weight
listen
of
again to the
D6.
pipes for some more seconds.
Well,
Will
that's our
hurt you and
destination
give
then.
you a moral point. Same as
Are
in
you
the
ready?
con. Probably just a bug, but
So,
offers
how are we
a
faring?
moral
Old
point.
man,
So
is
there's
everything ready?
the Lost Tunnels. You can't lose any in the Lost Tunnels.
Vladimir,
On the bridge,
It gets ready.
you gain.
you
You
guys,
get into the first train car you entered by jumping on the box of the left
saddle up
side.
then.
Inside there will
Pull
be
up
a box
quiet.
that you can open with some dolls. Just use of them, and I have no idea what they're talking about there. I'll have to go back and take a look and see. And then when Bourbon tells you to wait out the Hansa rail car, do as he says. Just sit until they leave, and then you will lose one if you get noticed by the Hansa rail card. And
Well,
in the market,
Artyom,
use the
I've been
hookah at the
chatting you
bar
for far too
and then
long.
give a bullet to the beggar who
It's
tells you a
time to
story
go.
to the kid in the market area after the kid leaves. So those are some examples of moral points on how you can gain them and how that you can lose them. And again, guys, I will put all of these in the description of my chapter 7 video, and starting with Metro Last Light, then I will tell you in every chapter, in every video, what moral points to look for in that chapter, and along with the trophies that I get, because I do plan on getting a platinum for both of these games, and I'm just going to do it the right way, I guess, for Metro Last Light. So I want to say to you guys, thanks for stopping, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Tell me in the comment section below what you think of the videos and what you think of the commentary, what you think about this information. Do you know anything about the Enlightened Trophy? If you do, hit me up. Peace.